Hello everyone, myself Dr. Harishankar Singh, and in this video I will be giving the brief idea about the Gauss law. As you know, the electric field intensity depends on the medium in which the charge is placed. Here we have considered as a free space. Let's define the new vector, that is vector D, which relates the medium and electric field. Vector D is equal to epsilon naught vector E, where vector field D is called as the electric flux density and is measured in the coulombs per square meter, where epsilon naught is the permittivity of the free space and vector E is electric field. Gauss law constitutes the one of the fundamental laws of electromagnetics. Therefore, Gauss law states that the total electric flux psi through any closed surface is equal to the total charge enclosed by that surface. Thus, psi is equal to Q enclosed, with Q enclosed denoted as charge enclosed within the closed surface. Psi can be written as psi is equal to closed surface integral d psi, and this will be equal to closed surface integral d dot ds. If the charge is placed within the closed surface, so the total charge density over the closed surface will be denoted by rho v, that is basically known as the volume charge density. So through volume charge density we can calculate the enclosed charge QENC, that will be equal to volume integral rho v dv. Or we can say above equation implies that Q is equal to closed surface integral d dot ds, and this will be equal to volume integral rho v dv. By applying the divergence theorem that we have already discussed in the earlier videos. Basically, divergence theorem is used to convert the surface integral into the volume integral. That means closed surface integral d dot ds will be equal to volume integral divergence of d dv. Therefore, closed surface integral d dot ds will be equal to volume integral rho v dv, and this will be equal to volume integral divergence of d dv. On equating the left and right side of this equation, we will get del dot d is equal to rho v. This is also called as the first Maxwell equation. It states that volume charge density is the same as the divergence of electric flux density. Here is some important note. Gauss law is an alternative statement of the Coulomb's law. Proper application of divergence theorem to Coulomb's law result in Gauss law. Gauss law provides an easy mean of finding electric field and electric flux for a symmetrical charge distribution such as point charge, an infinite line charge, an infinite cylindrical surface charge, and spherical distribution of charge. A continuous charge distribution has rectangular symmetry if it depends only on x, or you can say y or z, and cylindrical symmetry if it depends only on rho, and spherical symmetry if it depends only on r, or you can say independent of theta and phi. It must be stressed that whether the charge distribution is symmetric or not, Gauss law always holds. For example, look at this figure. Consider the charge distribution of figure where V1 and V2 are the closed surface, or you can say volume. The total flux leaving volume V1 is 10 minus 5, that is 5 nanocoulomb, because only the 10 nanocoulomb minus 5 nanocoulomb charges are enclosed by volume V1. Although charges 20 nanocoulomb, 15 nanocoulomb are outside of V1 do contribute to the flux crossing V1. Then the net flux crossing V1 according to the Gauss law is irrespective of those charges outside of V1. Similarly, the total flux leaving V2 is 0 because no charge is enclosed by volume V2. Thus, we can say that Gauss law psi is equal to Q enclosed is still obeyed even though the charge distribution is not symmetric. However, we cannot use the law to determine electric field or electric flux density when the charge distribution is not symmetric. We must resort to Coulomb's law to determine the electric field and electric flux density in that case. This is all about in this video, and in the next video we will discuss about the applications of Gauss law. Thank you for watching this video.